Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat datang pada semua murid yang sempat mengikuti live channel bersama Sizat pada hari ini untuk segmen PDPC Matematik Tambah Tingkatan 4. Okay guys, stay tune. Okay guys, today we are going to learn, okay, we want to continue our lesson, okay. So in the previous video, we already learned several topics regarding to GP, okay. So geometry progression. So today our objective is, okay, we are going to learn two things. Number one, we want to find out how to find the sum of term for the GP, okay, for the geometry progression. And number two, the second objective of today is we want to learn how to determine the sum to infinites for GP. Okay, so before we start, okay, as usual, my students, okay, CBN girls, please update your attendance on my right side here, okay, on the live chat on my right side here. And please state your name and also your class. Okay, dah tampak sila update. Dan juga those to the rest of the student yang watch online here. Okay, if you have a problem, okay, please state your problem in the live chat, or you can state your problem in the comment section after this video. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this topic. Okay, let's start our lesson of today. So I will share to you the notes. All right. Where is the things? Okay, I will share to you the notes for today lesson. Okay, where's that things? Okay, this one. All right, so guys, this is the topic that we want to learn today. Okay, so as I told you, we are going to learn two things. All right, the first thing is how we derive. Okay, how we derive and use the formula of sum of the first n term for geometry progression. Okay guys, now let's say let's say we have the several term of GP. Okay, we know that when we talk about progression, we are talking about a sequence. So we know that the first, okay, A is the first term, followed by T2, okay, T3, T4, and etc. So now, if you look back at the on the previous video, I already show you for GP, the first term is A. Yeah, we know that. But for the second term, it should be AR. Okay, it should be AR. And then the third term, it will be AR squared, AR power 3, and etc. So why I get this from the formula of GP itself? So we know that Tn equals to ARn minus 1. To the power of n minus 1. So if you have a problem, please go back to the previous lesson. Okay, so today what we want to find is what will happen and how if I want to add up everything here. So I want to plus everything here. So how to solve the problem? A plus AR squared plus AR cubed, blah blah blah, until n terms. So there's a lot of numbers there. There's a lot of huruf. There's a lot of alphabet and the power. So that's why for this topic, we introduce to you the new formula, right? To find the sum of this makcik here as n, let's say. So the sum of n term for this sequence. So we got two formula here. Number 1 and number 2. Okay guys, if you look carefully at the number 1 and number 2, you will see that the formula is almost identical. But there is a difference actually. You see, yeah, we have Sn, the sum of n term, A and A, the first term, but here, 1 minus Rn to the minus 1 here. So when we need to use the first formula and when we need to use the second formula, very easy guys. If your R, your common ratio is less than 1, If your R is less than 1, you are going to use the first formula. But if your R is more than 1, you are going to use the second formula. That's all. Very straightforward. Okay. So if your R is 0.5, let's say 0.5 is less than 1. So if 0.5 less than 1, that means we are supposed to use the first formula. If your R is 7, more than 1, so you are going to use the second formula to find the sum. Very straightforward. Okay, and for this, the next purpose, okay, the next purpose of why we learn the sum here. This the formula of sum here, that this 1 and 2 here, there's the first and second formula here have a purpose. Not only we can find the sum of terms, but also we can use this first and second formula to find the specific terms. This is what I call as specific term. Okay, we can find certain term. Okay, how I get this? Okay, you can also refer to the previous lesson. We already discussed a lot about this formula, right? So that is the purpose, one of these purpose of sum. Okay, guys, so look at the example. Okay, what we have here. So for your information, today I think is a not long class, because I think this is very easy, and so I hope we can finish earlier. Okay, so for example 14 here, so given that the GP, this is a GP because they already mentioned geometric series is a 1 plus 5 plus 25 blah blah etc. So guys, if you have this kind of question, don't worry, your A, this one, number 1 is your first term. Okay, first term is A. First term is 1. This is your second term, 5. This is your third term, your fourth term, your fifth term, and etc. etc. So guys, this is GP. So automatically we must know, we need to identify your A, and we also need to identify the value of R. Okay, the common ratio. So how we find the common ratio? So it will be T2 over by T1. So from here is a 5 divided by 1. Then we are supposed to get 5. Okay, so this is the first question, A. So after we get A and R, now we want to find the sum of 10 terms. So that means S10. Which formula we need to use? Now, according to our R is 5 here. It's beyond 1, it's more than 1. So if R more than 1, we need to use the second formula. So this second formula we need to use. All right. So what I will do is, okay, now I'll use the second formula, which is A R power n minus 1 over by R minus 1. So I substitute our A and R here. 1 R is a 5 to the power 10 minus 1. This is 10 minus 1 over by 5 minus 1. And then you compute. Then you get the answer. Very straightforward. Okay. So that is the first. Let me check this one. I will do the first one here. 5 to the power 10 minus 1 divided by 4. So our answer is 2441. Okay, that's a long answer. So 2441 406. So it's a 2 million, 2 million something. Okay, very straightforward. Now, how about B? Okay, for question B. For question B here, okay, so we still use the same sequence. Our A is 1, our first term, and our R is since our R also is 5. So we want to find the value of n, where the sum of n terms is 3906. So Sn 3906. 3906. So we know that 3906 actually is equals to A1, R is 5 to the power n, he doesn't know n, over by 5 minus 1. This is from the formula. Okay, so we simplify everything. So this makcik put it on the right side, on the left, so it becomes times. So 3906 times 4 plus 1, plus 1. Then we are supposed to get 1525 equals to 5 to the power of n here. Okay, we want to find n, right? That's why we must, okay, when we reach to this point, Okay, because this is 5 power n, and 15625, we doesn't know 5 to the power of something. So very easy to solve this problem. We apply log. We apply log 10 here. So if I put log 10 here, so it will be n log 10 5 also. So I want to find n. So this log 5, I put it on the left side, it become divide. So log 15625 divided by log 5. So the answer is 6. That is your value of n. Settle. That is the example 14. Okay, now how about example 15? Okay, what is so important here is, okay, this is K-but question. Okay, interesting. It's about multi-level strategy, multi-level, what I call it, MLM, multi-level marketing. Okay, so each member has to promote the company product by getting 2 downlines. All right. So you see here, the first level, 1 person. Second level, 2 person. Third level, how many here? The third level, we got 4. And the fourth level, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 person. So this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term. So from here, this is automatically we know this is a GP, not AP. Why? Because 1 become 2, you times 2. 2 to become 4, another times 2. 4 to become 8, another times 2, right? So show that the number of members in each level follow the geometry progression. So how we prove that? How do we prove this diagram is a form of GP, is a form of geometry? So very easy. So you just need to identify the value of R. So we just check here. We know that R equals to T2 over by T1. So how much? 2 divided by 1. So you akan dapat 2. Okay, R also equals to T3 divided by T2, which is 4 over by 2, equals to 2, another 2 again. If you tak suka, you want to show another, if you want to find another R, okay, it will be T4 divided by T3. So for 8 over by 4, another 2. So automatically we know that since R equals to 2 for all level, therefore this we can make a function, just put a step, just write a statement. This MLM, multi-level marketing, is follow the trend of GP. Okay, the trend of this MLM follow the GP, geometric progression. All right, settle. Now that's A. How about B? Okay, for B, if there is a 9 level in this marketing strategy, find the total number of members involved in promoting the product. Now, guys, for question B, what we understand here is we are not talking the number of people on that 9 level. Okay, on the 9 level, we are talking about the whole members. Okay, the whole members for the whole 9, for the whole level. Okay, how many members for the whole level? Okay, so if we have 9 levels, so we need to count from the first level until 9 levels. So how many? So if you are doing traditionally, so can we do, this question is, can we do traditionally to find the sum of people? Yes. So if you want to do the traditionally, so that means T1, T2, T3, T4, you need to find the T5, T6, T7, T8, and T9. So we know that this one times 2, everything times 2, so 8 to here, it will be 16, times 2, 32, 64, times 2 is a 1 to 8, and this one will be 2, 5, 6. You total up from the T1 until T9, then how much you get? That is the traditional way. Is that wrong? No, it's not wrong. Still get a marks. Don't worry. Okay? But we want you to use the formula. Okay? So we need to learn both way. The traditional way and also the high way. Okay? You need to know the long way and you need to know the shortcut. It's up to you. We are living in free country. So the choice is yours. Pilih mana yang korang suka. Okay? So guys, if I want to use the formula, okay, so the formula, we got 2 formula, right? I told you when R more than 1, when R less than 1. So look at here, our R is 2 more than 1. So the formula will be S9 equals to A R the power n minus 1 over R minus 1. Because Rn, why I use this formula? Because R more than 1. Okay, so now I just substitute. A is 1, first term. R is, how much we got here? 2 to the power 9 minus 1 over by 2 minus 1. So we compute 2 power 9 minus 1 divided, 2 power 9, tak nampak 2 power 9 minus 1 divided by 1. 511. There is a 511 members in this whole MLM strategy, MLM structure. Okay, so guys, please check, is this answer equivalent with the traditional method? So you can plus all these numbers, we get the same answer. Okay, that job I leave it for you to try. Okay, so that is the example 15. Yes, now we are talking about self-practice. Okay, for all the student here, okay, my online student here, okay, especially for my girls CBN, okay, the self-practice 5.7, I want you to do number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay, so you guys need to do all question. Okay, but for the first question, just do number 1 and let's say number C. Okay, 1 and C lah. 1A and C, number 2 and number 3. So I will discuss several questions here. But the rest, I want you to try. Okay, you try yourself. Okay. So let's say I'm discussing 1A here. All right, number 1A. So number 1A, we know that this is the find the sum of the following. That means we want to find sum. So we must identify, is this a GP or AP? So we know that the first term 0.02, A 0.02, and then this is R or D. Okay, so we know that from 2 become 4, either plus 2 or times 2. But from 4 to become 8, is that plus 2? No, it times 2, right? So this is GP, right? So our R is 0.04 divided by 0.02, then we are supposed to get 2. Okay, betul. Double check please double check the answer Kalau I salah buat, please remind me on the live chat here, okay? So 2. Alright, betul So now what we want here is T12. We want to find the sum until the T12. So that means S12. So according to the formula, since our R is more than 1, so we are using the first formula. First or second formula? More than 1. Yeah, the more than 1 is second formula. Second formula. So here what we can do is A is 0.02 to the power of N12 minus 1 over by 2 minus 1. Alright, substitute everything. Then we compute. So to the power 12 minus 1 times 0.02 divided by 1. So the answer is 81.9. Settled. Very straightforward. Okay. So that is your question number 1A. So I want you to try 1C for CBN girls, okay, and also the rest of you, okay. If you have a problem, please state your problem after this video, okay, or in the live chat. All right, that is your 1A. Okay, how about 1B here? Number 2. Okay, number 2 look interesting here. So find the number of term if the sum of GP is 4368. Guys, this question number 2 is similar like the example that we discussed on the previous. So for number 2 here, okay, for number 2, we know that our first term is 3500. Okay, this is our first term. And then this is GP, so we need to find R. R is a T2 divided by T1 here. So 700 divided by 3500, then we are supposed to get 1 over 5. Which is equals to 0.2. Okay, I prefer to change the numbers, the value become a decimal because we are using the formula. The formula got fraction here. If I have a value in term of fraction and then I'm using the formula also a fraction, so it make mess here. Okay, it will become mess. So it doesn't matter if you want to use the fraction and also over the fraction. So it's up to you. Doesn't matter. What I'm talking here is what I'm telling you is I want to advise you. I want to advise you so that your calculation becomes smooth and easy to read. All right. So guys, so that is number 2. This is the information. So now, since our sum of n equals to 4, 3, 6, 8, and our r is less than 1 here, so you need to use the first formula. Okay. So 4, 3, 6, 8 equals to A3500. First formula is 1 minus Rn. R is 0.2 to the power of n over by 1 minus R. So we simplify everything. Then, of course, this one will be log here. Okay. So carefully calculate. Okay, 4, 3, 6, 8 times 0.8 divided 3500. 1 minus answer. Okay. So after I simplify this makcik here, then we are supposed to get, I put it here, 0.2 to the power n equals to 0.0016. Okay, 0.0016. Yeah. So guys, this is what we are supposed to get after simplify this thing. So you want to find n. Of course, you need to log both sides. So n log 10 0.2 equals to log 10 0.0016. So n equals to this thing, put it here, then it become divide. So we are supposed to get divided by log 0.2. So we are supposed to get n equals to 4. Done. That means there's a four term. Okay, there's a 4 terms in this sequence. So the total of all these 4 terms is equivalent to 4, 3, 6, 8. Settle. And the number 3, for number 3, okay, number 3, I think you guys can try. Okay, it's about what? Okay, a square paper is cut into 4. Okay, each portion that is then cut into another 4. I see. This process repeated on each of the small portion squared. I see. Okay, very interesting this question. Show that the number of square cut from show that, okay, we want to prove that the number of square cut forms a GP. Okay, so let me give you the idea. I got, okay, let's say okay, let's say this one. I got one piece of calculator, and then what happened is, assume that this calculator is a square, similar length. What happened next is I divide into 4 equal square, and then each of the small square I divide with 4 again. So you can see the pattern from 1 to become 4, from 4 to become how much? Think. Okay, so we are supposed to get 1 from 1, a big thing, we divide into 4, then it becomes 4. And then each of one piece of 4 square, we divide lagi, become a small square. So it become, each of the small square will produce 4. So we got 4 squared times 4, which is 16. This is how we show, this is how we prove the story here actually follow the sequence of GP. That's why A show that the number of square cut from a GP. Yes, 1, 4, 16, 32, 1, 4, 16, and then 16 cut into 4 again, it becomes 64. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Done. Okay, B, find the total of square obtained if the process repeated until 6 times. Okay, that means we want to find the S6. So, S6 for question B, S6, I leave it for you to try. Okay, settle. So that is 5.7 separations. Oh, now we are talking about the second topic of today, today's lesson. Okay, so this is the final part. I think sudah habis kot. Okay, almost habis. Yeah, very easy for this one. Alright, so the second lesson of today is determine the sum of infinite. Determine the sum to infinity of GP. So normally I will use the word of sum to infinite. Sum to infinite. Okay. So guys, sum to infinite, they have their it have its own formula. Okay, so this is the one and only formula to apply sum to infinite. So whenever you have the soalan, the question asking you to find the sum to infinite, use this formula. Okay, so we know that, okay, from here we have S infinite equals to A. We know A over by 1 minus R. We also know R, right? So it should be no problem for you to solve this problem. It should be no problem for you to use this formula. Okay, there's no additional terms. There's no introduction of new terms. Okay, so it just use the regular terms. Okay, regular alphabet. Okay, regular huruf yang korang selalu nampak. Okay, guys, very easy. So example 16. Find the sum to infinite of GP for this sequence 45, 9, 1.8, right? 18, 1.8 not 18, and etc. So first thing, identify your A, 45, your R is 9 over by 45, then we are supposed to get 1 over 5, which is 0.2. Is that correct? Wait, calculate. Yes, 0.2. So you want to find the S infinite, very easy. S infinite equals to A over 1 minus R, substitute your A, 45 over 1 minus 0.2, then you compute, then you get the answer. Okay, so 45 divided by 1 minus 0.2, then we are supposed to get 56.25. Okay guys, the first purpose of this formula is to find the S infinite of this question. This is the first purpose. Why we learn why we learn the sum to infinite. Okay, the sum to infinite. Okay, this is the first reason. Now, next, 17. Okay, example 17 pula. The sum to infinite for GP. Okay, so we know that the sum of infinite here is equals to 31 1 over 2. So we need to elaborate, which is use the formula equals to 31 1 over 2. Okay, this is our first equation. And the sum of the first two term, the sum of the first two term of GP, we know that the sum of the first two term is S2. Okay, equals to 28. Okay guys, this one we have the formula. How about this one? S2, we also have a formula, right? So the formula is A first term plus the second term. Or you can use A, since we doesn't know the value of R, okay, the value of R, so we doesn't know which formula we want to use, either this or this one. Okay, guys, so which term or which elaboration of formula that we want to use here for this S2 here? So if I want to use this formula, now you see we got R with power n, but on the top here we doesn't have n. Okay, because this formula, you must remember, this n actually, if we have the value of this formula, if we have the value of n, we know we can find that value of n. But you see here, we are dealing with infinite. We doesn't know the value of n for infinite. Okay, that's why it's not suitable to use this kind of formula. That's why we elaborate traditionally. We elaborate traditionally to form the equation for the second equation here. Okay, so A plus AR, that means first term plus second term, S2 equals to 28. Now, this is your second term. So from here we can identify is okay, from the second term, from the second equation, we can factorize it. 1 plus R equals to 28. This is our first equation. A 1 minus R equals to 31 1 over 2. Okay guys, to solve this problem, I want to find the common ratio here. So if I want to find the common ratio, I need to eliminate A. I need to eliminate A and A here. So how? Very easy. To divide by 1. Okay, so when we divide 2 divided by 1, so it will be A 1 plus R over by A over by 1 minus R equals to 28 divided by 31, 1 over 2. So A and A cancel. So it will be 1 plus R, 1 minus R. I hope you guys doesn't have a problem to solve this algebra. Okay, this is MS, not mathematics. So what we can expect when we take MS, you must have the basic knowledge to solve the algebra calculation. Okay, so 28 divided by 31, 1 over 2. So the value is 8 over 9. 8 over 9. Can see from here. Okay, 8 over 9. So we expand this equation, then we are supposed to get 1 minus R squared equals to 8 over 9. So R squared equals to 1 over 9. Therefore, R equals to plus minus 3. 1 over 3. Okay, the square root of 1 over 9. So you need to write down R equals to 1 over 3. Or R also can be negative 1 over 3. That's the two value of R. Okay, there's the two value of common ratio. Settle. So that is your example 17. Now example 18, what we have here. Okay guys, example 18 very interesting. Okay, now you see, express the repeating decimal 0.5, 63, 63, 63, 63, 63 in the form of the sum to infinite of GP. Hence, express this number in the simplest form of fraction. Okay guys, what is the name of this decimal number? This decimal number have a standard name. That one we call as recurrent numbers. Recurrent decimal. Recurrent decimal means there are repeated numbers from the start until end of that numbers. So from 0.5636363, we can identify that this number actually the repeated number is 636363. The 0.5 is not the repeated number. So the first step, if you want to express the repeated number in the form of sum to infinite, you must write down 0.56363 ... That means equals to 0.5 is a lone number. It's a special. It's not a repeated number. So we split from the sequence, from the decimal, and then we need to plus with now 0.063. And then followed by 0.00063 plus ... Now you see, if I combine these two again, all these three numbers again, then it will form like this. Okay, 0.5 and then 0.563 and then 0.563, 0.563, blah blah blah. Okay, so settle how to in the form of the sum to infinite. All right, guys. So, guys, this is a standard number. So we just leave it first. This one, what we call is as a recurrent decimal or recurrent numbers. Okay. So the second purpose why we learn sum to infinite is we want to simplify this recurrent decimal to become a simplest fraction. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so now this is the first term, second term, ... third term, etc. Now you need to find the sum to infinite for these numbers. So A equals to 0.063. R, how much your R? Second term divided by the first term. So korang bahagi saja 0.0063 divided by 0.063. So the value is 0.01. Therefore, sum to infinite will be A is 0.063 over by 1 minus R, 0.01. Then how much we are supposed to get here? So 0.063 divided by 1 minus 0.01. So the answer you are supposed to get from the calculator is 0.0636363. So just press the ABC, then it will change to become 7 over 110. So guys, from this one, it becomes 0.5 plus 7 over 110. This one, because of this. numbers after we simplify to S infinite. So we just plus these two together. So it will be 1 over 2 plus 7 over 110. Then how much we are supposed to get? So we are supposed to get 31 over by 55. Done. This is the simplest fraction from this recurrent decimal. Okay, you can prove that you can try to find, okay, try to divide the 31 with 55. How much you are supposed to get? You are supposed to get the same value like this. Okay, settle Okay guys, I told you this example 18 actually we have already discussed in the previous chapter, chapter 4. We learned index, logarithm, and surd. Okay, we learn index. We learn this example 18 also can be used or can be solved by using index law. Okay, so go back to the chapter 4. Okay, try to learn, try to apply with the chapter 4 method to solve this problem. Do you get the same answer? It must be same answer. Okay, so habis dah. Alright, now self practice 4.8, the last one. Okay, so only one question here. So CBN girls, do all 1A, B, C, D. So I will do A and vertical C because A and C together, right? Okay, let's check whether our answer correct or not. So find the sum of infinite, the sum to infinite for GP below. So our A is 1,500. Our R is 500 divided by 1,500, which is equals to 1 over 3. So sum to infinite, 1,500 divided by 1 minus 1 over 3. So how much the answer? Okay, please double check is that my answer correct or not? Okay. So the answer is 2250, 2250, 2250. So let me write down here. 2250. Now our A is 2250, and then our C answer must be start with 2. So if my answer in C here is not starting with 2, that means our answer is wrong. Okay, our A answer is wrong. Okay, let's do C. Given the sum to infinite, okay, sum to infinite again, S infinite, which is equals to A over 1 minus R. I told you, always elaborate with the formula. Okay, 4480. That is your first term, first equation. And the common ratio, okay, the common ratio is given. Okay, common ratio is given 1 over 2. Find the first term, A. Okay, first term means A. Don't forget. So just substitute A over by 1 minus 1 over 2. Because we already know R equals to 4480. So A equals to 4480 times half. So the answer is 2240. 2240. So 2240. So you see our start number is 2 also. So it's also, that means our A answer also correct. Okay guys, that's all for today. So I hope you guys enjoy this lesson. Okay, for your information, we still have one more subtopic for this chapter, which is problem solving for GP. Problem solving involving geometric progression. Normally, it's a KBAT question. Okay, so I will skip that topic. Okay, for the next class. Okay, so before we learn that topic, I want you to do some revision for the whole chapter 5 here. Okay, from AP arithmetic progression, and also learn again, try to do the revision on the GP also. Okay, how to find the term of GP, how to solve the problem involving the sum of GP and also sum to infinite. Okay guys, so itu saja hari ini. I hope you guys tak ada masalah tentang bab ini. Okay, so sebelum kita dismiss, seperti biasa, jika anda rasa video ini sangat membantu, please share this video to your friends, okay, to the other school friend also, okay, so that we can learn together. Alright, so those yang belum subscribe juga boleh subscribe. So that's all for today. I will see you on the next class. Okay, but guys, itu saja. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye guys.